Most people think poverty is caused by a lack of money, but the truth is, poverty often starts with habits, small daily decisions, tiny actions repeated over and over again until they quietly shape your entire future. And the scary part? Most people never realize the habits destroying their lives because they look normal. Society accepts them. Friends encourage them. Social media glorifies them. But if you don't recognize these hidden habits early, they can trap you in a cycle of stress, debt, frustration, and regret for years. Look around. Why do so many people work hard every single day and still stay broke? It's not always because they're lazy. Many of them wake up early, work long hours, and sacrifice their energy. Yet at the end of every month, they still struggle financially. The reason is simple. Hard work without the right mindset leads nowhere. If your habits are keeping you stuck, no amount of effort will truly change your life. One of the biggest habits keeping people poor is living for appearances. People spend money trying to look rich instead of becoming rich. They buy expensive clothes, flashy phones, luxury cars, and things they cannot afford just to impress people who honestly don't care. Social media made this problem worse. Everyone wants to show a perfect lifestyle online. Vacations, designer brands, expensive dinners, fake success. But behind the camera, many of those same people are drowning in debt, anxiety, and financial pressure. Rich people understand something poor people often ignore. Real wealth is quiet. Wealth doesn't need validation. Truly successful people focus on assets, investments, and long-term freedom. Broke people focus on attention. And attention is expensive. Every time you buy something only to impress others, you're trading your future for temporary approval. Another hidden habit that keeps people poor is wasting time. Time is the most valuable resource on earth because once it's gone, you can never get it back. Yet millions of people waste hours every single day scrolling endlessly through social media, watching useless content, gossiping, complaining, or waiting for motivation to magically appear. Successful people protect their time because they understand time creates money, skills, opportunities, and growth. Think about this carefully. If you waste 3 hours every day, that becomes over 1,000 hours every year. Imagine if those hours were invested into learning a high-income skill, building a business, reading books, improving your health, or developing discipline. Your entire life could change within a few years. But most people stay distracted because distraction feels easier than growth. Comfort is another dangerous addiction. Human beings naturally seek comfort, but comfort can quietly destroy ambition. Waking up late feels comfortable. Avoiding challenges feels comfortable. Staying inside your comfort zone feels safe. But nothing extraordinary happens there. Growth requires discomfort. Every successful person you admire had to struggle, sacrifice, fail, and push themselves beyond limits. Poor habits are built through comfort. Wealthy habits are built through discipline. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. That's the difference between average people and extraordinary people. Average people wait for motivation. Winners create routines. Another habit silently keeping people poor is blaming others for everything. Some blame the government. Others blame their family, economy, boss, or bad luck. Yes, life is unfair. Some people start ahead. Some face more obstacles. But blaming changes nothing. Responsibility changes everything. The moment you take full ownership of your life, your power returns. Because if your situation is always someone else's fault, then you also give them control over your future. Successful people ask different questions. Instead of saying, "Why is life unfair?" they ask, "What can I do to improve my situation?" That mindset shift changes everything. Many people also stay poor because they never invest in themselves. They spend hundreds of dollars on entertainment, but refuse to spend money on books, courses, learning, or skill development. They see self-education as an expense instead of an investment. But in today's world, knowledge is one of the fastest ways to increase your income. Your value in the marketplace depends on your skills. The more problems you can solve, the more money you can make. If you stay the same every year, your income will likely stay the same too. Growth is necessary. Learning is necessary. Improving yourself is necessary. And let's talk about one of the most destructive habits of all, surrounding yourself with negative people. Your environment shapes your mindset more than you realize. If you spend time with people who complain constantly, avoid responsibility, waste money, and think small, eventually you start acting the same way. Energy spreads. Mindset spread. Habits spread. That's why successful people are careful about who they allow into their circle. They choose friends who inspire growth, ambition, discipline, and positivity. If everyone around you is comfortable being average, staying motivated becomes almost impossible. Fear also keeps millions trapped in poverty. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of starting, fear of looking stupid. So people delay their dreams year after year. They wait for the perfect moment that never arrives. But the truth is, nobody feels fully ready. Successful people simply take action despite fear. Every entrepreneur, athlete, millionaire, and leader once felt uncertain. The difference is they acted anyway. They understood failure is part of growth. Every mistake teaches lessons. Every setback builds strength. But if fear controls your decisions, your future stays limited. At the end of the day, poverty is not only about money, it's about patterns. Habits repeated daily, thoughts repeated daily, decisions repeated daily. Your future is being created right now by the small choices you make every single day. The good news? Habits can change. Your life can change. It doesn't matter where you started. It matters where you decide to go from here. The moment you replace excuses with discipline, distraction with focus, comfort with growth, and fear with action, your entire future begins to transform. Because the truth is simple. The hidden habits keeping you poor today could also be the exact habits you decide to destroy tomorrow. Most people never realize that being poor is expensive. Every bad habit costs something. Maybe not immediately, maybe not visibly, but over time the price becomes massive. And one of the biggest prices people pay is lost potential. Imagine who you could become if you stop repeating the behaviors that keep destroying your future. Imagine where your life could be 1 year from now if you change your mindset today. One habit silently keeping millions poor is depending on a single source of income. Society teaches people go to school, get a job, work for 40 years, and hope everything works out. But the world has changed. Jobs are no longer secure. Companies replace workers every day. Technology changes industries overnight. Yet, most people still put their entire future into one paycheck. Wealthy people think differently. They understand income should be multiplied, not dependent upon. That's why they build side businesses, invest, learn digital skills, create online income, or develop assets that continue paying them even while they sleep. Poor people trade time for money forever. Rich people build systems that generate money without constant effort. And the dangerous part is this. Many people become comfortable with survival mode. They get used to barely paying bills, barely saving, barely moving forward. Eventually, surviving becomes normal. But you were not born just to survive. You were born to grow, build, and create a better future. Another hidden habit keeping people poor is emotional spending. Most purchases are emotional, not logical. People shop when they feel stressed, bored, sad, insecure, or lonely. They buy things hoping temporary pleasure will fix deeper problems. But after the excitement disappears, the financial pressure remains. Companies understand human psychology extremely well. Advertisements are designed to make you feel incomplete without their products. Social media influencers constantly push lifestyles that create comparison and insecurity. And when people feel insecure, they spend more money trying to feel valuable. But confidence cannot be purchased. Peace cannot be purchased. Discipline cannot be purchased. If you don't control your emotions will control your bank account. Another reason people stay financially stuck is because they avoid risk completely. Now, this doesn't mean making reckless decisions. It means understanding that growth always involves uncertainty. Many people stay trapped in jobs they hate because they fear change. They avoid starting businesses because they fear failure. They never chase opportunities because they fear rejection. But think about this carefully. Staying the same is also risky. Spending years in a life that makes you unhappy is risky. Depending on one paycheck forever is risky. Ignoring your dreams is risky. Sometimes the biggest risk is refusing to change. Successful people are not fearless. They simply understand that temporary discomfort is necessary for long-term freedom. Every achievement requires courage. Every transformation begins with uncertainty. Another hidden habit destroying financial success is a lack of patience. Most people want instant results, instant money, instant success, instant transformation. But wealth takes time to build. Skills take time to develop. Businesses take time to grow. The problem is many people quit too early. They go to the gym for 2 weeks and stop. They start a business for 3 months and quit. They try learning a skill but give up because progress feels slow. Meanwhile, successful people stay consistent long enough to see results. Consistency is powerful because small improvements repeated daily eventually create massive outcomes. Even 1 hour of focused effort every day can completely change your future over time. But most people underestimate what consistency can do because they're addicted to quick results. Your daily routine matters more than your occasional motivation. What you repeatedly do becomes your identity. If your habits are weak, your future becomes weak too. Another dangerous habit is ignoring health while chasing money. Many people destroy their bodies through stress, poor sleep, junk food, and lack of exercise. They sacrifice their health trying to make money, then later spend money trying to recover their health. Energy is wealth. Focus is wealth. A strong mind and body allow you to work harder, think clearer, and stay disciplined. Without health, success becomes difficult to sustain. That's why high performers prioritize fitness, sleep, mental strength, and self-care. And then there's a habit nobody likes talking about: envy. Jealousy keeps people poor mentally and financially. Instead of learning from successful people, many resent them. Instead of being inspired, they become bitter. But envy blocks growth because you cannot attract what you secretly hate. Successful people study success. They learn from it. They admire discipline, intelligence, and achievement because they want to grow themselves. Poor-minded people attack anyone doing better because it protects their excuses. Your mindset shapes your reality more than you realize. If you constantly think negatively about money, success, or wealthy people, you unconsciously push opportunities away from yourself. The truth is harsh but powerful. Nobody is coming to rescue your future. No perfect moment is coming. No magical opportunity will suddenly change your life overnight. Your future depends on the habits you build right now. Every day you either build wealth or build regret. Every day your actions either move you closer to freedom or deeper into limitation. And while many people waste years blaming circumstances, disciplined people quietly change their lives step by step. The hidden habits keeping you poor are dangerous because they feel normal. But normal habits create average lives. If you want extraordinary results, you must become willing to think differently, act differently, and live differently from the crowd. One of the biggest lies society tells people is that success is only for the lucky. People see wealthy individuals and assume they had better opportunities, better connections, or easier lives. And while advantages do exist, what most people never see are the habits behind success, the sacrifices, the discipline, the years of consistency nobody applauded. Success is usually built quietly long before the world notices it. The truth is, your habits either build your future or destroy it. There is no middle ground. Every single day, you are becoming stronger or weaker, smarter or more distracted, disciplined or more careless. Life doesn't stand still, and the hidden habits keeping people poor often seem harmless in the moment. Take procrastination, for example. It looks innocent at first. I'll start tomorrow. I'll do it later. I'm waiting for the right time. But days become months, and months become years. Dreams slowly die because of delay. Opportunities disappear because of hesitation. Successful people understand something powerful. Action creates momentum. You do not need perfect conditions to begin. You simply need to start. Most people waste their entire lives overthinking instead of executing. They spend more time planning success than actually working for it. Another habit that keeps people financially trapped is constantly seeking entertainment instead of education. Modern society is designed to distract you. Endless videos, trending drama, celebrity gossip, gaming, and non-stop notifications keep people mentally occupied every hour of the day. Now, entertainment itself is not the enemy. The problem begins when entertainment becomes an escape from responsibility. Many people spend 5 hours consuming content, but 0 hours improving themselves. They know everything about celebrities, but nothing about investing, business, discipline, or financial growth. Meanwhile, successful people use their free time differently. They read books. They study skills. They network. They learn how money works. They understand that knowledge creates opportunities. And in the modern world, information is everywhere. You can literally learn life-changing skills from your phone. But most people use technology only for distraction instead of transformation. Another dangerous habit is quitting whenever life becomes difficult. Struggle breaks weak mindsets because many people expect success to be easy. The moment challenges appear, they immediately stop trying. But every successful person faces obstacles. Failure is not a sign to quit. Failure is part of growth. Think about athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, or leaders. None of them reach success without rejection, criticism, mistakes, or setbacks. The difference is they kept moving forward while others gave up. Pain changes people. Some become stronger. Others become excuses. Your response to difficulty determines your future more than the difficulty itself. Another hidden habit destroying people financially is refusing to delay gratification. Poor-minded people want rewards immediately. They spend now and think later. They choose temporary pleasure over long-term success. Wealthy-minded people think differently. They are willing to sacrifice today for a better tomorrow. They understand that discipline today creates freedom later. Saving money, investing consistently, learning skills, waking up early, working on goals after long days. These actions are difficult in the short term but powerful in the long term. Most people fail because they prioritize comfort over vision. They want success, but they also want convenience. Unfortunately, greatness rarely comes from convenience. And then there's another habit silently keeping people poor, talking more than working. Some people love discussing dreams, goals, and ideas, but never take real action. They announce plans before building results. They seek validation instead of progress. Real success does not need constant announcements. Powerful people move in silence. They stay focused while others talk endlessly. Results speak louder than intentions. Another reason people remain financially stuck is because they fear discipline. Discipline sounds restrictive to many people, but discipline actually creates freedom. Without discipline, emotions control your life. You waste money impulsively. You waste time carelessly. You abandon goals whenever motivation disappears. But disciplined people stay consistent even on difficult days. They continue moving forward regardless of feelings. And over time, those small disciplined actions completely transform their lives. Your future is hidden inside your daily routine. If you study your habits honestly, you can almost predict where your life will go. Are your habits building strength or weakness, growth or distraction, wealth or limitation? Many people wait for motivation to save them, but motivation is temporary. Some days you feel inspired, other days you don't. That's why discipline matters more. Discipline keeps you moving when emotions disappear. At some point, you must decide what matters more, temporary comfort or long-term freedom, because both cannot control your life at the same time. The hidden habits keeping you poor are not always dramatic. Sometimes they are small choices repeated daily. Sleeping instead of learning, complaining instead of acting, consuming instead of creating, fear instead of courage, excuses instead of responsibility. But the beautiful thing about habits is this: they can be changed. And once you change your habits, you slowly change your identity. Then your identity changes your future. The moment you stop thinking like the average person, you stop living like the average person. And that's where transformation truly begins. At the end of life, many people look back with regret, not because they failed, but because they never truly tried. They allowed fear, comfort, distraction, and bad habits to control their future. They kept waiting for the perfect time to change, while years quietly disappeared. And one day they realized something painful. The life they wanted could have been possible if they had changed their habits earlier. The truth is, success is rarely one big decision. It's thousands of small decisions repeated consistently. Waking up earlier, learning instead of wasting time, saving instead of overspending, taking responsibility instead of blaming others, staying disciplined when nobody is watching. These small actions seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they create massive results. Most people underestimate the power of daily habits because results don't happen instantly. When you plant a seed, nothing changes overnight. But beneath the surface, roots are growing. The same thing happens in life. Every disciplined action is building your future, even when you cannot see immediate rewards. That's why patience matters. So many people quit too soon because they expect quick success. But real transformation takes time. A strong body takes time. Financial freedom takes time. A successful business takes time. Confidence takes time. Everything valuable is built slowly. Meanwhile, society pushes people towards shortcuts, fast money, viral fame, instant results. But shortcuts often lead to long-term pain. Real success is built on consistency, discipline, and persistence. Another thing keeping people poor is their inability to believe in themselves. Deep inside, many people already gave up mentally. They speak negatively about their future. They doubt every dream. They assume success is for other people. And eventually their mindset becomes their reality. Your mind is powerful. The way you think affects the way you act. If you constantly tell yourself you're unlucky, incapable, or destined to fail, your actions will reflect that belief. But when you start believing growth is possible, your behavior begins to change. Confidence is not something people are born with. Confidence is built through action. Every time you keep your word to yourself, you become stronger mentally. Every challenge you overcome builds self-respect. Every disciplined habit increases your belief in your own potential. And remember this, nobody becomes successful alone. Environment matters. The people around you influence your thinking, energy, standards, and ambition. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, laziness, and excuses, it becomes difficult to grow. Sometimes changing your life requires changing your environment too. Protect your vision. Protect your mindset. Spend time with people who inspire growth instead of people who normalize failure. Most importantly, stop comparing your journey to others. Social media has made people obsessed with comparison. Someone will always seem richer, more successful, or further ahead, but comparison destroys focus. The only person you truly need to compete with is the person you were yesterday. Your journey is unique. Your timing is unique. Some people succeed early. Others succeed later. What matters is refusing to quit on yourself. Right now, your future is being shaped by the habits you repeat every day. Not once, not occasionally, daily. Your habits become your lifestyle, and your lifestyle becomes your destiny. If you continue repeating negative patterns, your future will remain the same. But if you start changing your mindset, improving your discipline, controlling your time, and focusing on growth, your life can completely transform within a few years. Never forget this. Being poor is not only about lacking money. It's about lacking control. Control over your habits. Control over your focus. Control over your decisions. And the moment you take back that control, everything begins to change. Because the hidden habits keeping you poor today do not have to define the person you become tomorrow.